Welcome to our review of day one of the Inglis Australian Weanling sale for 2024. It's been a while since we've done one of these. I'm with Chris Russell, our New South Wales Bloodstock Manager. Rusty, a great day's trade for our start of this Weanling sale. A record day's trade, in fact, for this sale in history.
Yeah, correct. I think we've grossed over 11 million, about 11.1 million, which is the highest gross we've ever had for a Weanling sale at an Inglis sale, which is fantastic. You know, up from just under 8 million at the end of day one last year, so it's terrific.
I guess that's really indicative of the hard work, as you said, the Bloodstock team has done over a few years to really get the good quality weanlings back to this sale, and also the hard work of the vendors supporting the sale.
Yeah, for sure. Look, we've got to thank the vendors for their support. Look, it's a sale 10 years ago that probably wasn't going that well, and we've made a conscious effort to really target really good vendors and nice weanlings, and it's, the last couple of years it's really gained momentum. We've got a big catalogue this year, which is great, and the results, as you say, like the gross is up over 11 million. Last year was just under 8 million at the close of play. Average is up 20%, median's up 20%, so it's been a great day's trade.
We'll have a look now at the top 6 lots from today's action, topped by an I'm Invincible filly out of a mare called Shoko, Rusty, that we saw go through the chairman's sale, bought by Ridgemont. They put the mare back through digital the other week. I think Andrew Duneman bought her for $280,000. This filly was picked up by Nikki White from Kahanui Farm. The Capitalist Knit and Pearl colt was the second top lot, $370,000. You can see there on your screen. David Baxter, we'll hear from him soon, Rusty, but he's been breeding from this family for generations. It's a really great story. Yarraman Parkstart offered the Rosa Milan colt bought by Boomer Bloodstock for a client that's going to race that colt. The Written Tycoon Passerelle filly from bought by Lyndhurst Farm and Kahanui Farm in conjunction. Willaroon Thoroughbreds offered that one. And Zoo Star Snitty Kitty colt was in the top 5, purchased by Riverstone Lodge, B2B Thoroughbreds and Suman Hedge Bloodstock. Rusty, let's hear now from Oscar Engelbrecht from Almaval Kitchewan Hills Partnership. They offered this I'm Invincible Shoko filly. She's topped the sales so far, $575,000. A great result for the team.
We've been very privileged to bring a lovely draft of horses of our own, and also obviously Ridgemont's horses. Had a huge result with the stay inside, and then the Vinnie fillies really topped it off as well. So
you were speaking just then to the buyer, Nikki White. Great buyers to be taking this filly home.
Yeah, she does a great job, Nikki, at Kahanui Farm. She actually bought one off us last year and pinhooked it into Cracker, a deep field, so she knows what she's up to. She'll do a super job, I'm sure.
What were the expectations like with this filly during the week? Popular with inspections, I know, but did you expect a price of $575,000?
Probably didn't expect this. She's a quality horse. You could see her coming back to Easter and making her money, but that was a bit of a shock, yeah.
What were the feelings like in the vendor box with you and Werner in there together?
It's pretty special. There's a lot of hard work's gone on the last few months. It means a lot, yeah. Werner's awesome, so couldn't be happier.
Great to see them get the result, Rusty. Werner and Oscar in the vendors box were a sight to be seen. I think they were really happy when that price climbed up, and it's a new partnership for them.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, Almaval, which is backed by Nino Tafili and some other people, and Werner's taking up the helm there. They've created a partnership with Kitchewan Hills. Obviously, they had a restructure of management, so great to see them topping the sales so far. And young Oscar Engelbrecht, he was at Kitchewan beforehand, doing a great job with the stock there, and Werner's doing a great job. So yeah, really good to see them at the top of the leaderboard. And
great for Ridgemont, who they offered that filly for on behalf of. They bought the mare Shoko at Chairman, so a great result all around for everyone. Even Andrew Duneman, who bought her on Inglis Digital the other week.
Yeah, correct. Come full circle. As you said, a graduate of the Chairman sale a few years ago. And they've sold some stock out of it quite well, and yeah, they were disbanding the partnership, and great to see the filly make good money.
Let's hear now from David Baxter from Macquarie Stud. He's been selling with Inglis, Rusty, as you would know, for I think more than 50 years. He had a great result today. This Capitalist Knit and Pearl colt, $370,000. We'll also hear from Nikki White, Kahanui Farm, who purchased it. David, congratulations. This colt by Capitalist out of Knit and Pearl, a mare you've had a lot to do with, and the family you've had for a long time.
Yeah, it is, fortunately, and one we've certainly stuck with. I think that we bred every horse on the page on this pedigree, and the mother and the grandmother and the great-grandmother, I believe. So fortunately, and kept quite a few females from it. So Brudenell, she's produced, who's still got plenty of wins left in him. It's been a good, solid family, but we haven't sold many horses like that. We thought if he brought 200,000, or we thought that was about his reserve, and he brought 370. So I'm a bad judge.
And why bring this colt to the Inglis Australian Weanling sale?
Well, he was a very good foal from day one, which is usually the case with these good horses. They just don't become sharp-looking horses 6 weeks out. He was a wonderful foal from the day he was born, and some good judges come through home looking at the horses, and one said to me, you should offer this horse as as a weanling, which I wouldn't normally do. Over the years we've taken them through the yearling stage. And I took his advice, and I'm glad I did. Well, I was only working out the other day. I think this is the 53rd year we've been coming here. And, certainly ridden the ups and downs, and to get a result like that sort of towards the end of the career, I suppose you could say, is a pleasure.
I sell for $370,000.
Nikki, congratulations on picking up this capitalist colt. Tell us about him, why you loved him so much.
Thank you. Look, for me, he was colt of the sale, to be honest. Had plenty of length about him. I think he's got a lot of growing to do without getting too heavy, and I think he's one I definitely wanted to take home, but they were sort of pushing me along a little bit, where I was getting to a point where thinking perhaps I should sit on my hands. But no, I'm actually delighted to be taking him home, and we'll get him back to the farm in the Waikato and see what we can turn him into.
Yeah, I think she was a bit non-committal there, Rusty, Nikki White. She's not sure if she wants to pinhook it or keep it. She loved him so much. But great to have Nick and Nikki White here supporting the sale. Their second year here.
It is, yeah. They come and bought a few weanlings last year and traded them again. And interesting to hear that she might look at retaining, which is interesting. But we'll see how that pans out. But they bought some nice horses.
I don't think that's the plan. I think she just loves him. She might battle to sell it.
Nick might have something to say about that.
And David Baxter, a great result for him. Not usual for him to be selling weanlings, but he got some advice from someone. I'd like to know who it was. Some great advice about selling this one in particular.
Yeah, he had sold weanlings before. Normally takes everything through to yearlings, but he's a great supporter of Inglis over many years. Out at Macquarie Stud there at Wellington. Had a draft of weanlings a couple of years ago that Pachula, the good filly in West Australia, that he sold. So he sold a few weanlings from time to time, but I think talking off air, he said he got some advice to bring that colt to sale, so he probably owes a beer to whoever tipped him into that, because he got a great result. Lovely horse.
Maybe a case. Let's hear now from Mark Treweek from Lyndhurst Farm. In conjunction, they bought this Written Tycoon filly out of Passarel with Kahanui Farm, and also Sally Watkins of Willaroon Thoroughbreds, who bred and offered the filly. Congratulations, $350,000 for this Written Tycoon filly. A beautiful page, and one that you might be looking at selling as a yearling?
Yeah, we're definitely looking at putting her back through one of the sales. Just get her home and then see how she does and decide where we go. First of all, she was a November foal, but she's really well built and a good size and great attitude, lovely head on her and great mover. Been well prepared. Sally and her team do a great job with them, and they always breed a nice horse. Lovely pedigree page, champion sire. So yeah, it was all fell into place really.
I sell for $350,000.
Sally, congratulations. This is a filly by Written Tycoon that you sold, and a mare, Passarel. Tell us the story behind this mare.
Oh, she's a beauty, Jemma. I bought her quite a few years ago as a 2-year-old out of the Sydney Broodmare sales, and I have to thank Bruce Slade for dragging me down and making me look at her, and he pushed her very hard. I paid $120 for her unraced, and thought then that she was a bit dear. I was just sort of really starting out, but she's repaid me in spades, and I just love her to bits. She's a beautiful mare, throws me a great foal every year, and she's a lovely person to boot, so yeah, very lucky.
Yeah, great story. $120,000 that Sally Watkins paid for that mare, Passarel, out of an Inglis broodmare sale many years ago, an unraced 2-year-old Rusty, and she's been a wonderful mare for her.
She has, yeah. The mare's thrown 2 stakes performers now, and she throws a good sort every year. I think he said Bruce Slade was to thank for that. He tipped her into that mare all those years ago, and yeah, been a really good mare for her.
Yeah, and Willaroon Thoroughbreds, she's now going out a little bit more under her own name as well.
Yeah, correct. She's got horses for Dave and Kaylee Johnson here as well, Rush and Park. Of course, they're ceasing operations and going travelling, which is fair play to them. But Sally always does a great job. Has prepped weanlings for Great Southern before, and obviously has drafts at the Premier Sale, does a terrific job. So good to see her get a good result. And again, with Kahanui Farm and with Mark with Lyndhurst Stud as well, a lot of these people here, obviously, to find some pinhook results down the track. We've had some great pinhook results over the last few years. Of course, last year too, that spring to mind was a written buy that 62,500 into 400,000, a Justify 105 into 500,000. So, people are probably fishing where the fish are. Had great results out of here, and they've come back in droves. We talked about the quality of the catalogue improving, but it was the sentiment around the grounds today. Speaking to a few buyers, Rusty, that were
Really impressed with the quality of weanlings that were here this year, that vendors have really got behind this sale, and it is a sale they're targeting weanlings at. It's a real business decision.
Yeah, it's obviously a sale and the Great Southern, but we've made a conscious effort to really go out and canvass weanlings. Brett Gilding's been driving the ship from our point of view here. He's done a great job assembling the stock that we've got. It's not just the pinhook results though either. People have got confidence. Horses like Hayasugi, Straight Charge, Live to Tell, all bought out of this sale, gone on to stake success. So we've got a cross section of end users. We've got the New Zealand pinhookers here. We've got studs buying. So it's been a great day's trade. Yes, the top end's been really strong, but there's also heaps of value. People are really happy with what they've bought. Think there's a turn in them at the end. So we look forward to tomorrow's day's trade.
About 176, I think, catalogue for tomorrow, Rusty. You could find a Hayasugi, $47,500 they paid for that filly.
Exactly. Yeah, they're going to be here. We get good results out of every year. It's not. Weanlings. Sometimes people can think that they're culls and they're cast-offs, which is not the case. You can see in the prices that the people are actually bringing quality here. They're testing the market with good stock, and there's plenty of meat on the bone for the end users or the pinhookers at the end of the day.
And also those first season sires, which is a really big part of this weanling sale because it's the first look at that next crop.
100% right. We've had some really nice wild rulers. We had a St Mark's Basilica make 200,000 today. There's been nice profiteers, Tiger of Malays. So it's stay inside, correct. So it's the first opportunity for studs to showcase the new stock of their stallions, and they want to get them off with a bang, and we've seen a bit of that today.
Thanks for your time, Rusty. We hope you enjoyed our day of trade and also our review show. We'll be back tomorrow to wrap up the entire weanling sale for 2024.